Welcome to the Norm Hyperbolic Podcast. We're here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Young Morgan Freeman. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Kid Lewis. What's up? Welcome back. Season 2.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Season 2.
And we come with a guest.
A special guest.
Oh, how special, X?
Top of the line special. A very macabre aficionado over here. We got DW Darrian on the podcast.
What's up?
Hello.
How you doing?
Oh, hi.
Oh,
I'm
this
hanging.
is exciting. It's not just me and you talking now. We got a whole guest.
Yep. We're starting season 2 with a bang.
Exactly.
Switching it up. Mad different.
Oh, man, I'm excited, man. Season 2, bro.
Season 2. Let's go ahead and get underway, man.
I'm excited, bro. Let's get this started.
So today in this episode, we're going to be talking about horror anime with an emphasis on Junji Ito to keep us kind of focused.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this day one, it should be the spookiest time of the season.
Yep, this should be the 31st for you guys.
Yes.
So happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
This is us in the past letting the future 31st know.
Right. Well,
happy future Halloween.
happy Halloween to ourselves. Which
Yeah,
future
that's-
us a happy Halloween.
That's crazy, bro. It's like a little time capsule.
I know.
This is the way we move to the future.
Yeah, it's a little trippy, but
I like that. I like that. Yo, for that, yeah, happy Halloween. I hope you guys are trick-or-treating. I hope you guys having a good time.
check your candy.
Getting candy. Make sure you check your candy because, you know, people be throwing shit in there, especially for the kids.
They're putting a dubbed anime in your chocolate bar, so
A what?
be careful with that.
A dove?
Dubbed
Dubbed.
anime.
Dove. Oh,
Dubbed anime.
Yeah, we don't want those.
No, just
I thought
Reese's.
he's a Dove, like shampoo anime. Or something.
Soap, anime
Shampoo.
Well,
soap?
they make chocolate too.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
I was like,
I hate those chocolates.
so watch out with
Watch out for those
either way.
chocolates, yes. So I want to say at the top of the episode, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe, comment, and share with a friend. If you're listening to this on your podcast platform of choice, leave us a 5-star review with a compliment sandwich. And let's go ahead and get into it. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about Crunchyroll having a 24-hour channel that launched. Lewis has some opinions and talks about the PS5 Slim.
Yes.
That we weren't able to put into a different episode. And then I'm going to round the news out with some Guillermo del Toro news for our special guest. So let's go ahead and get into it. Last week's news today. All right, so first we have Crunchyroll is going to be launching a 24-hour free channel in like on some of these like streaming sites. So I don't know if you ever had like an LG TV or like the Roku channel, like all those free channels. Yeah. So they're going to be doing one of those and they're going to be playing anime straight from Crunchyroll. So I had
just like various different anime, like like Toonami,
kind of like Toonami,
but
but
without the mascot.
Just with a lot of no-name anime. So there's only one anime on this list that I actually even recognize, but it's just them trying to like get people excited about anime.
Okay.
So it's not going to be there's no Naruto, no One Piece, no.
That's weird.
Yeah. So I have a list of the anime.
Is it because they don't have like what am I looking for?
The ownership or whatever?
Yeah, ownership to
Right.
it, so they can.
Yeah, so a lot of them come from this anime studio called IG Production, I think. But these are just like the animes that they're giving away for free. So it's for free because it's like ad supported. So it's not cable. It's not going to be on cable.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be just on like these weird sites. Like I think Amazon has like a free website. So the movies or the animes that are there are Horimiya. It's a web comic anime. They started online and now they have an anime. Ranking of Kings, which is a fairy tale anime. And I sent you guys the way it looks. It looks pretty weird, but
How weird.
it doesn't look weird. It's like just like the amount of anime, like the diversity that they have is kind of weird. Like this really kids fairy tale anime. Then they have a Sherlock Holmes anime, Psychopaths, which is like a cyberpunk.
Okay.
And then these other ones, you know, Sugar Apple Fairy Tale, To Your Eternity, and then Code Geass is like that's the biggest anime on this list. Geese. Code Geass. Oh, I don't know. Reading it phonetically.
How did you know?
Code Geass.
Code
Okay.
Geass. By the time the podcast comes out, it'll be on Amazon for free.
Oh, cool, bro.
So how do you guys feel? I wanted to close that out with like just not random people, but like anime getting bigger and they're being like this might bring normal people who are on the Roku channel into anime.
I think it's great. I mean, I started out watching anime on YouTube, so
On YouTube?
yeah, that's kind of how I got into it. And then I found out, Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
So bringing it to normal TV is nice. I mean, other than Toonami, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, Toonami was on the Cartoon Network time block. But imagine like if Crunchyroll had its own channel, like on cable,
That
a
would be
cable
nice.
channel.
It would be
That'd
great.
be dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
More access.
Yeah.
Easier access.
So I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to move that way and just maybe get a cable channel.
I'm for it.
Moving differently now, man.
Hey, man,
Everybody's moving differently now.
Gotta-
Anything to get the views.
And they get the views and the subscribes and those subs.
Yep, and that $4.99 subscription.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna run Crunchyroll commercials on this Crunchyroll channel. So
Maybe we should make a commercial that run it through.
oh, I know, I would love that. Right, the norm. If you love fucking code geese, you're gonna love the norm. So next, in the realm of video games, Lewis, PS5 Slim Pro.
So you kind of put me on the spot on this one.
I put you on the spot.
Well, you put me on the spot because I thought we were going to talk about this on the filler episode. But so the PS5 Slim is not really called Slim.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the new PS5 that's coming out. The difference between this one and the original one is that they redesigned it a little bit. So it's a little bit more slimmer. I think they said it was about 30% smaller.
Okay.
Than the original one. And the thing that kind of like makes it or differentiates it from the original one is that now it comes with a detachable Blu-ray disc player, or so you can actually buy the Slim, right? Without, which is just the digital version.
Okay.
But like, let's say later along the line, you want to actually get like physical copies.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like if you buy the digital version now, you're basically stuck with that.
Right.
You can't like
upgrade it
to do disc.
Right.
This one you can. So like later along the line, if you want to upgrade it. But the thing that sucks is that it's the pricing. So I think the Slim, it starts at like 400. But if like later on along the line, you want to get the CD itself.
Yeah.
That is going to cost you an $80 for that attachment.
Does the CD extension add 30% of weight or whatever back to it?
Yeah, because it's now more wider because of the CD extension thing. But you can also just buy the whole setup with the CD extension, and that would be close to like almost $4.99 or something like that, or $4.80 something.
Yeah.
So you still, the price didn't go down. If that, because normally when they release the Slim, it's because they found a better way to make it smaller, cheaper.
Yeah.
But this one is not considered Slim. It's just like the next step up for the PS5. But it comes with a detachable CD player thing, if that makes sense. Like, so I don't know if that's a win for us. I guess that gives us an option.
We have too many options though already. Like pay $500 for just what, the same shit? Another
Basically.
option?
With the option of detaching.
Yeah.
If you want to detach it, you can. I didn't see the need. So they're basically saying like, if you're already a PS5 owner, do you need to upgrade to this? And
no.
It's basically
yeah. And if you're not a PS5 owner, would you go with this instead? Like, is this going to be the thing to bring you on?
I think that they're gonna stop producing the original PlayStations to produce this. So I mean, if you
what do you mean, the PS4 or
the original
PS5? Really?
Yeah. So they're gonna stop because they're introducing this new version of it, which is still the same. Nothing has changed. Just the fact that you can detach the CD part of it or the CD player of it. So it's really up to you. If you like, if you want just basically the digital version, and then you can upgrade later along the line if you want to, or you can just get everything at once. But if you don't want the CD part, you can just like take it off, detach it,
put it in the closet,
and put it in the closet, let it collect dust.
Right.
If you just want to do all digital. So it's really up to you, but they're moving with this platform in the future. I think it's going to start coming out sometime for Christmas.
Okay, well, that's a letdown. I thought it was going to be a Pro.
I'm sorry,
I thought it was going to be a real Slim, but
I know Sony has been kind of disappointing lately.
I know, they kind of have.
You were a letdown with the PlayStation Portal.
Yeah, the Q Lite or whatever.
Well, it's PlayStation Portal now.
Now it's Portal, yeah.
Yeah. Back then it was like Project Q or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
I mean,
it happens.
It's all right.
Sorry,
I might jump on the Xbox bandwagon.
Don't do that.
I mean, Darrian has an Xbox.
Yeah, I'm an Xbox girly.
She's an Xbox. Yeah, I mean,
I started out with PlayStation, and then my friends bought me an Xbox, and it's been Xbox ever since. That Game Pass, man. Oh my god.
She's a real gamer.
Okay.
That's what gamers in hierarchy of gamers, it goes PC at the top.
I was about to say
PC
I thought
PC Master Race, and then Xbox, and then PlayStation. and then Switch. But then Switch is like kind of on its own.
So we're not
in some
true
aspects,
gamers if we play PlayStation. Is that what you're telling me?
I wouldn't say that.
We're just casual gamers.
that's what they say. PlayStation's for more like movies, like how you said, like the Blu-ray.
Yeah,
like the way you described it, like a Blu-ray player.
But who's buying DVDs now?
I mean,
unless it's like for like a collection purpose, I can see that. But like just to buy a DVD to watch a movie when you can just stream it online.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's different. Sometimes it's choppy.
Xbox has a Blu-ray player too.
Yeah, now.
It's always, hasn't it?
I think the Xbox One did not have a Blu-ray player.
I think it did.
The one before this most recent one?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Then I think it's the Xbox 360 then.
No,
Yeah.
the Xbox 360 didn't have a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But the PS3 did.
Well, that's when the PS3 came out. I remember they had the Blu-ray, but it was a fight between Blu-ray and another brand that also did like the same 1080p high definition shit.
Really?
But Microsoft adapted that brand, but it didn't work out. Blu-ray ended up winning or on top.
Yeah.
So then when they dropped the Xbox, what's the next Xbox? Xbox One?
Yeah, it went from the 360 to the
360
one.
To the
then,
one.
yeah.
Then they adapted the Blu-ray. Because that
Oh,
was
well, I
just
mean-
the most common thing. Every household had Blu-ray and not the other high
Like
definition.
laser disc or whatever the hell it's
what it
called.
was called, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh well. I'm excited to hear about PS5, but
I mean, if it tickles your fancy, the whole detaching thing, then
it does not. I don't even get impressed when I fucking slide my Switch into the dock.
you don't get it like when you detach the
Yeah, like just like slamming it down and then it's cast onto the TV.
no, that doesn't tickle your fancy.
Not anymore.
I'm
was
still waiting for the new Switch.
I know.
So Switch
By the end of the year,
Nintendo,
maybe. I know. Have you
we're
been
waiting
getting
for the Nintendo
Lewis's letters?
switcheroo.
Yeah. Lewis has
Alright.
been writing letters
We're
to
talking too much
Nintendo
about
Switch.
this. Let's move on.
Okay. What? This is the hyperbolic podcast, bro.
No, man. Technically, we have all day to talk about this, but we gotta move on, bro.
All right, so next in the realm of movies. So Guillermo del Toro was celebrating, I think, like 10 years after Pacific Rim. So he was like on tour, just talking about like all the different movies that he's been a part of, the movies that didn't happen. So I have some exciting stuff. Do you know who Guillermo del Toro is, Lewis?
No, I'll break it down for me.
Oh, my
so,
heart.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
he's like,
What movies has he produced?
so he did Hellboy,
Okay, I'll let you.
the first Hellboy. Yeah, maybe he did the second one as well. I think maybe not actually, but he did these other two movies, Shape of Water.
I remember Shape of Water. Is that the one where she falls in love with the mermaid dude?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I
So
seen
good.
that one.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
there and we saw it for
So
our
good.
Macabathon.
Yeah.
It's not weird. I mean, it is weird,
No,
but
it's weird, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's
In
weird.
a great way.
I don't know how great that was. Like,
it's just like Little Mermaid, but in reverse.
Well, we can't argue with that.
it was just creepy because it wasn't
Creepy.
even like humanized. Like
he
the
had two
fish-
eyes, and he's a
Yeah.
fish. He's a fish man.
I don't know. It just like if you think about it in reality, like would somebody really fall in love with a fish man?
A,
mean, they probably
a
wouldn't.
lonely woman who's
I
just
feel like
know.
you could.
There's probably somebody out there with that niche. You
sure.
gotta be scaly and.
Yeah.
Well, he was a beautiful soul. He was,
Yeah.
he was.
It was definitely more
But
than
at
just
least
looks.
in the
Yeah,
end,
I mean,
he was able to give her the same gift of breathing underwater, right? Doesn't she end up turning
Yes.
into a mermaid?
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah, because he's got like
In a
special
way.
powers. Yeah, he can like if you're bald, he can make you not bald.
Oh yeah, I remember that part.
Yeah.
Okay, but I do remember that movie.
So he made that movie, and then he also made another movie called Pan's Labyrinth.
Yes.
It's the movie like with the guy. He's got the eyes.
You're breaking my heart.
He's got the eyes on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should watch that movie. That movie is the whole movie's in
Maybe I have
Spanish.
to, like,
Yes,
rewatch
it is.
So she had asked me. She was like, "Oh, do you mind subtitles?" And I'm like, "I watch anime, of course."
Well,
I know. But the whole movie is
some
in
people
Spanish.
are weird with
Oh.
subtitles. Like I put them on like normal
Yeah.
shows too. Like if
No.
I don't have the subtitles, I can't hear.
You can't,
Wait,
you can't hear without the you can't hear without your
I
subtitles.
can't hear
I
without the
can't. I'm
subtitles.
with you on that one. Like I have to have it.
Yeah.
Well, so-
Especially like movies, like action movies or something like that,
100%.
because
Yeah.
you're always missing out on shit that
Oh, I
they be
know.
talking about, and you're like,
Yes.
"What the hell just happened?"
Or like they're
Yeah.
whispering or
Yes.
something and you can't hear anything.
Or
You're
if they're, like, on
what
the
are
phone.
You saying?
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
talking, it's like
You could read it.
yeah,
Like,
what the other
Exactly.
guy's
Okay,
saying.
so now I see what's really going on here.
Yeah. So, but you won't need to do the subtitles. I mean, it's good to have, but because Pan's Labyrinth
Like,
is in
Spanish.
Spanish.
It is in Spanish, yeah.
It's in Spanish. The whole thing's in Spanish.
So you're saying I don't need subtitles because
Because you speak Spanish. Yeah. Well, because we were also like, because they repeat some words, and we were kind of like learning Spanish while we were watching it.
I'll still put the subtitles.
No, you put the subtitles, but I'm saying.
Would it be weird if I put the subtitles in Spanish?
No.
No, right?
I don't think so.
Because it would be the same if you're watching, in English and have English subtitles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could dub it over in Japanese and then put the subtitles in English if you want.
just mixing shit up.
That would be wild.
Mix and match. What are you watching? A Spanish movie,
dubbed in Japanese
but
with English subtitles. Yeah, I mean,
just mixing it up. Okay, it's Freaky Tuesday.
So he did Pacific Rim as well, Guillermo del Toro.
I love Pacific. My kid
Yeah,
loves
so you've seen a couple of his movies. If you've seen him, he kind of looks like not George Lucas. He did Game of Thrones.
I don't like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Well, he looks like that. He's just like this.
I didn't get into it. I couldn't get into
Oh my
it.
God.
How about House of Dragons?
No.
Oh, I love House of Dragons.
No.
I got into that one. But Game of Thrones,
I know, you just wasn't with the hype, bro.
I wasn't part of it.
He also did Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Okay.
That was a very good one. That was like a childhood, or hit right in the childhood for me.
Yeah.
And Crimson Peak, which is on Netflix. That one's very good.
Okay.
That has, I think, Tom Hiddleston in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's the movie that he was like.
And the actress that was in Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. I don't know her name.
The one who was Alice?
Yes.
Mm.
It's a very good movie.
He's got some bangers, bro.
He's
good.
he's a very good director.
He can make things like real dark, but then also not PG, but like in a whimsical way.
Oh, it's for sure.
It's super nice. So he didn't do Pacific Rim 2 because he was doing Shape of Water. So a lot of people who like Pacific Rim 1 don't like the second one not because he's not there, but you can tell it's different. Like it's more like action-y and flyweight instead of how
like darker
and like heavy the mechs were.
Yeah, you're right.
Like they start like jumping around buildings in the second one.
Thinking about it, you're right, because the second one was more like hip hop, more like
kinda.
just like a GTA feel. Like because the kaiju attacked this section of the city or whatever. Now it's like vacant, and now we can do what the fuck we want, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or mindset. Yeah, you're right.
So he's making a new movie. So it's starting filming in February. He's gonna be doing a Frankenstein, his own Frankenstein.
Nice.
Right?
Excited for that.
So no release date yet. It's set to stream on Netflix, but they're also going to do a theatrical release in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
So he was just big enough hype about that. I think some of the people that he has in that is going to be like Andrew Garfield, Christopher Waltz, one of the guys. He plays a Nazi in Inglourious Bastards. He's nice. And a few other people. So while he was doing this tour, he was talking about the movies that he does want to do. So he wants to do a Justice League Dark movie.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen anything about Justice League Dark?
I've heard of it.
So it's like just like the spooky and magic characters in DC. They have like Constantine, Swamp Thing, Deadman, Zatanna.
Constantine.
So he wants to do a movie with those people.
They're actually dropping Constantine 2.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, with the same who's the actor?
Keanu Reeves.
Yep.
Oh, very nice.
I can't wait to see that. I'm a huge
very dope.
demon slayer fighter.
Who, Constantine?
That's what he does. He fights demons.
Yeah, but he does it like in an exterminator kind of way. He doesn't like box them.
So how does he doesn't what?
Like an exterminator.
Oh, he doesn't
like
put him in a box.
No, he doesn't like fight him with like swords or
That's
nothing.
what I thought you meant. Yeah.
Oh, like put him in. No, he actually puts a lot of them in boxes.
No. What you said, fighting.
Yeah.
Boxing.
Yeah, boxer, bro. He doesn't make a little box them, bro.
That'd be pretty dope. I think that'd be a cool anime.
Yeah, Megalobox and demons.
These demons.
Yeah, in the ring.
They put on the gloves and the cross.
Yeah, so put some holy water on it.
Holy water.
Splash some holy water in his face.
Let's go.
So he also is tied into Junji Ito, but I'm gonna save that for the meat and potatoes. I'm just excited about Guillermo del Toro and all that he's doing.
Good. I'm excited too, man.
I don't think I've ever watched a movie that I didn't like by him.
Okay. Have you seen Pacific Rim 1?
Mm-mm.
Oh, we should add it. I mean, it's not really like macabre, but
Maybe
maybe
trying something different.
I just like his dark, whimsical stuff. I'm a big fan of
he's nice.
that side. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good at what he does.
All right, so on to the meat and potatoes. Meat and potato time.
I'm ready to grub.
Time to eat, time to grill.
You ready to grub?
You ready to grub on these meat and potatoes? These spooky meat and potatoes? If it's a Junji Ito meat and potato, I wouldn't eat it. It probably has a tomie in it or some shit.
I looking at you through the soup.
Oh.
Yeah.
A soup full of eyes.
All right, so how we wanted to start this. So I wanted to give Lewis some room to talk about some horror anime that isn't Junji Ito before we dive into the Junji Ito.
We can do that, man. I got no problem.
Yeah, am I putting you on the spot, bro? Did you forget you were going to be on a podcast today, bro?
It's different now. Season 2.
Season 2.
I'm new to season 2.
Yeah.
Not new to the podcast, but I'm new to season 2. So I'm a little nervous. We got a guest, so I got to be more mindful of things, and like the things that I say. Normally when I say things in front of you, it's different because we're the boys.
Right. Oh.
All right. So there was like a couple of animes that I believe it's kind of like horror. So you guys have seen Tokyo Ghoul, right?
Yes. I've seen like a couple of the first episodes, but I didn't finish it.
How come? I feel like you pick up stuff and
I
just
know.
like
All the time.
put it in the shelf and be like, I'm giving it to it.
So for one, it depends on who I'm watching something. So if I'm watching something with somebody, then I'm on their timetable, and then I have to kind of wait for that. So, we started the Macabathon.
Like
so I've been seeing a bunch of those movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I know.
like if I started with you, I can't like watch the next.
You
episode
have to
unless we
force
finish
him to like actually finish it.
Yeah. So like
Otherwise, he won't do it.
I've been watching stuff for like this episode, and I've gotten through that. But even when we watched like Blue Lock, I didn't get to finish it because I like take my time with it too. So
that's true.
I don't know. I just haven't really got a chance to finish it.
So what did you think about the first couple episodes?
I liked it. I liked the idea of he's like a half demon, and he's half ghoul. And he's like eating like little bits of meat, because, like they're like beef jerky.
Yeah, he has to, or if not, he like goes crazy.
Yeah, I like the aesthetic. It kind of like reminds me of like vampires.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's pretty dope. I like the aesthetic of it. I like the darkness of it. I love the opening song too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, to Tokyo Ghoul?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's something that gets stuck in your head
and
constantly.
I think we had said that like about like if it has a good opening song,
it'll get you excited about it.
Get you excited about it, and like. Hooked onto it, like just that alone can hook you. So Tokyo Ghoul for sure.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say about Tokyo Ghoul?
Did you finish it?
I did finish it. I was actually in the second part. I think it's like a new part where like his identity is different. That was wild. I didn't finish that, but the first one was really good. The twists and turns, man. It does get you hooked. No,
it's nice. It has like not all these quadrants, but I remember laughing as well as being like spooked out.
I feel like it's a little slow in the start, but once you get through that, it gets really good.
Once he becomes like,
I feel like once he finally, basically like just goes for the ghoul part and just like finally goes like, okay, fuck it, I'm a ghoul.
Yes,
because like the first beginning is him like rejecting that part.
Yes, yeah.
Like whatever I got to do to reject it, like blah blah blah, and this and that. And he's like, just don't. But then when he finally like just like,
embraces the ghoul side,
the ghoul, and actually like figures out how to use the power correctly. Yeah, I'm like, yo, this is what I've been waiting for.
For sure.
All right, another anime, Devilman Crybaby.
Oh my!
So I left that off, but
now I'm talking.
You had brought it up.
Oh, dude, so fucking good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's so good.
The one on Netflix or like the original one?
So I have a friend who likes the original because it is more like not Astro Boy. Darker
is way darker,
but it looks like rounder.
No, I'm not saying like the way it looks. I'm saying like the whole anime itself is dark. Like there's more horror scenes like
than the Crybaby, because Crybaby they fucking tear people in half. And
Crybaby or the Devilman is standing in front of this child and the child's like crying, like saying like don't kill me, don't kill me.
Like,
and
I'm
then
hungry.
like he grabs the kid and just like fuck it, starts like ripping it apart, and you're just like, whoa, that's like more intense than the actual Devil Crybaby.
Yeah, Crybaby.
Devilman Crybaby on Netflix.
Yeah.
Think about the devil. What's that video game called?
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Aren't they making that into a?
They are. Yeah. We
an anime.
Yeah. How do you feel about us telling the viewers? You want to keep these episodes a surprise? We
can. Why do you want to tell them like the next?
Well, because we are gonna do an episode on Devil May Cry Baby or Devil May Cry. Devil Man Cry Baby. No, Devil May Cry. Yeah,
the video game.
We're gonna do a video game episode. I know
the video game. But
well, because it sucks.
Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah.
Right? Is it Crybaby?
Crybaby. My
Yes.
God.
Devilman Crybaby.
Yes.
The one on Netflix is not as dark as the original one.
Yeah, but that
it's
shit is
still
dark
as
though.
good.
It's
like
so good.
It's good.
still good.
I literally just started watching it, I think, on Thursday.
Really?
And I got like most of the way through it.
Did you get to the rap part yet?
Oh yeah, I thought of you immediately.
Oh, my
I
God,
was like, he's gotta watch this.
I've
I
seen
feel
it.
like you're rapping at me right now.
I know. I love that scene. I saw that scene in English, in subbed. I'd listen to that guy rap in any language.
right?
I think the Japanese version is like
No, it's still good. It
sounds
still
so
hits
good.
and it
Yeah,
rhymes.
yeah.
It's rhythmic.
It's clean.
Yeah.
And then another one, Parasite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have that on here. So I haven't seen it though.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it.
I feel like I'm telling
Are we
you,
adding
man.
that to the Macabre-thon?
Yeah.
I'm gonna force you to watch that one because that
That
one's
one-
very
The
good.
anime movie? It's a movie, right?
No,
Or is
no,
it-
no.
It's
It's a show?
Season.
Yeah.
I think it only has one season though.
Yeah, it does. 24 episodes, I believe.
one and done? Or
They could make a season 2. Just the way it ended, if I remember right, like it could be a possibility, but they ended it to a point where you feel pleased, like okay with the ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes shit ends and you're like,
On a cliffhanger.
On a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Like what happened to this? So more questions, not enough answers.
Right.
No, but I've seen it. I've seen like the way it looks like the guy, he's got like his body parts in any
Well,
part
it's
of his
about,
body.
like,
He's got like
alien
hands on his
Parasite that is like taking over the world, but like one human at a time, and they're trying to like basically figure out
Spread
how
it.
to spread.
Mm-hmm.
And the main character, his name is Izumi. And yeah, so like he's sleeping at night, and this like little warm insect, that's what they look like. And they basically like attach to you and they go under your skin.
Mm-hmm.
Then they crawl up to your brain, and that's when they take over. So they take over your brain and then they take over your body. But I guess he notices the little warm thing and then like goes inside his skin and like freaks him the fuck out. So he's trying his best to like get it out of him or like brush it off, but he can't. So then what he ends up doing is grabbing some pair of headphones and like wrapping it like a tourniquet and just like stopping it from like going any higher.
Yeah.
And then it basically like adapts to his arm, but he like knocks out.
Yeah.
So when he wakes up in the morning, he's like looking at his arm like, oh, this is just a dream. And then like an eye pops out looking at him like, no, it's not. And he's like, well, this is weird because I took over your arm. Well, I'm supposed to take over your body. And then he kind of like has to become friends with it.
Yeah,
And
what's
it
to
teaches
say?
him like,
It sounds fun. It sounds
Imagine
like
waking up to that though, just like
somebody.
another eyeball looking at you.
you know,
Oh
like,
my God.
No
what's up,
thanks.
bro?
that's a no for me.
if it was an eyeball, you'd not freak out. I mean,
So-
you see me in oven mitts all day.
It's like,
An oven mitt? Okay.
you good, bro?
Yeah.
And then you hear our voice, he's just ashamed of me. What the fuck is talking, bro?
I gotta go. I gotta kick in the oven.
Just ignore that.
I gotta go.
My Uber's here.
My Uber's here. Can somebody get the door? Got oven mitts on.
All right, and then have you guys seen Gantz? Gantz?
No.
No. Oh, is it like kaiju? Is that big monsters?
Yes. So Gantz, I've seen a couple of episodes. It's very dark and twisted, but I love the one on Netflix. It's like more of a 3D visual. What's it called?
Yeah. CGI.
CGI.
Yeah.
I know you don't like that.
So I like it when it's used purposeful. Like if it's the focus of it, I feel like it's very lazy. Once like he's talking about Chainsaw Man, I don't really like the CGI
No?
in Chainsaw Man. No, just because they dip back and forth, and I think it would look a lot better if it was 2D. Because the manga 2D is like real beautiful and it's real.
Well, okay. Well, how do you feel about Demon Slayer? Because it does the same thing.
Demon Slayer does it well, like because they do it the same way like Attack on Titan does it. So like in Attack on Titan, the buildings are 3D and the 3D maneuvering is like CGI, but Demon Slayer does that as well.
Yeah.
I just don't, but yeah, they separate it, but I feel like with Chainsaw Man, like they dip back and forth between like the characters being CGI.
So yeah, it's like CGI, but what is great about this anime is like when you die, you're brought into this like freaking office room, and there's this fear of, it's just a black fear in the middle of the office room, and you're basically trying to figure out like what the hell happened. Like I just remember dying, or I remember in the process of dying, and now I'm here in this room with a bunch of random people that you don't even know. And basically the fear opens up saying like, my name is Gantz, welcome, blah blah blah. So it's a game in a sense that you're sent into like, which is weird because
Did we start that anime?
No. When?
In the patio.
Yeah! I think I remember why you don't remember.
Oh my god.
Yes, we did start it in the patio.
We did.
Do you remember?
It was good. Yeah, it was kind of nice.
So it's like, so basically like that. So the fear tells you like, hey, this is your objective. If you kill this alien or this person, you're basically granted points, and then with that point, you can either choose to revive yourself, like in reality, or you can upgrade your weapon, or you can bring back somebody that died in the process of like completing the mission. Do you remember now?
I remember now. Yeah. Well, because I'm like, I remember we watching something like that, but I don't know if that was the name.
That was it. Gantz.
Gantz, like zero, something like
zeros,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, I love that one. That was so great, and it's just like the whole concept. But the only thing that kept throwing me off is that it's like these monsters also exist in the real world, which throws me off because they're like fighting these monsters, buildings are being destroyed, but then there's actual regular humans like running away or being eaten by these monsters. So then it keep like, is this reality or is this just part of the game?
That kind of reminds, what's that one anime that they, remember the air hockey where they like fought to the death?
Yeah.
That's it kind of reminds me of that, the way you're explaining it. I forgot the name.
What is it, anime? It's not, it doesn't have games.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's only a couple episodes.
I can't think of the name either. I know I did start it too, but I didn't know it was gonna get like that.
That was a really good anime too.
Yeah.
And then the last one on my list is probably an anime all of you guys have seen is Elfen Lied.
Elfen Lied.
Elfen Lied.
I love that.
Have you seen that one?
Anime.
No.
It's an
good.
old anime too.
It's tough though.
It's 2005 anime.
It is like really heartbreaking. The anime.
Yeah.
Anime made me cry as like a little boy.
Well, like what, like the end? Because I was watching it the other day. It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
So I play in the background before I fall asleep.
Right.
So I was kind of watching.
Oh man,
it
you have
just-
nightmares, bro. What do you mean?
Nah, I sleep like that.
Oh, yeah.
Comforts me. The darkness comforts
prone.
me.
Mm. Sounds of the forest fire.
But so I was watching it and I'm like, this, I remember this being, and I think it's the opening song, bro. It's so like
it is.
angelic.
Yes.
Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I love that. Like this, and
It's
I
good.
love listening to that while I'm falling asleep. Like, I wish I can like hum it to the tune, but I can't remember the tune.
So it's about this girl. She's got like these telekinetic arms that can like do anything, or like basically anything. They can like tear people off. Some later on they use it to like jump or like throw cars at each other. So she's got like real big powers. But the opening scene of that anime
Yeah, when she's
is
in,
so
like,
horrific. She's killing like everybody.
Oh, I love that.
Well, she's pissed off, bro. She's been trapped
Yeah.
in that machine, being tortured,
And it's kind of weird because she's naked
I mean,
and she
Yeah.
has like
who
this
wouldn't go crazy?
big helmet on.
She looks
And
like Iron Man.
yeah, like from the
top, from the neck up.
From the neck up, yeah.
And
Oh.
she's just tearing people apart. And then what's
Yes.
funny is that they tell every officer or the security guards, like, you got to be a certain distance away from her.
Right, yeah, because
her
they can
powers
only go
reach.
so far. Yeah, she's like made in a lab type of deal.
Mm.
It's really, really good, but it's really sad.
It is.
Like when they
It's-
flash back to her as a kid. Oh my god, it's so good.
And like towards the end, her power amplifies to like the point where her arms can reach
Oh
even
yeah,
further.
yeah.
So like it's like you're fucked. No matter how far or close you are. No, but it was good, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, and then it reminds that army guy in the beginning of the season. The one that's like they're hunting for her when she
Oh,
escapes,
yeah,
and
him.
the army guy doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's nice
He's
too
like,
though.
it's off the books.
Yeah, you're
It's
like
off the books.
he's-
Off the books. Okay, got it.
you don't
Once
believe that
again, you gotta
he's
tell me
able to
twice.
he's able to like keep up with her, but he kind of does for a while.
For a while until she gets her powers back.
Yeah.
And then he's like being tortured. He's like,
Oh my god, yeah.
I think she took away his eyesight. I think like she like poked him in the eyes and
It's
took away his
gruesome.
eyes.
It's
and
gruesome.
then he's like,
It's not
so
for the
That's
you're
what I
faint.
not
like,
gonna
though.
leave me
It's-
blind? You're just gonna leave me behind?
Yeah, kill me.
Like a true soldier, like,
Yeah,
I
he's-
want to die in
he's-
the battlefield.
He's crazy. Yeah.
And he's just like swinging. He can't fucking see. He's like, help me now.
Well, the other girl too, because they introduced another girl and she has 4 arms, but they don't reach as far. And she's got like an Astro Boy quality to her too, because she can like shoot her arm with her arm. She could shoot her physical arm with her telekinetic arms. It's nice. It has action, has soul, has heart,
And that opening song.
and it has a bomb opening song.
Yes.
I'm adding that to the list. All right. So anything else? Oh, so before you go, how do you guys? I mean, we have it in the podcast. Death Note. Do you feel like Death Note is a horror?
It's more of...
Tell me, because I think we all are on the same page, but let's explain it to the
I'm not a huge fan of Death Note.
At all?
It's good.
Controversial.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's like better like thriller horror anime out there than just Death Note. I mean, it's good.
But
right?
I wouldn't consider Death Note like a horror.
That's what they have it. I looked up
thriller.
I looked up horror anime and they have that as number one.
I mean, I obviously Ryu.
More crime.
You know?
Right.
True crime kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like horror.
So how does it hold up as like a true crime or like a mystery?
Yeah.
Like a cops and robbers.
That's what it is. It's like a chase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little Tom and Jerry.
I mean, I like the idea of putting somebody's name in a notebook, right?
Yeah,
and
I mean,
they
that's
just die.
yeah,
like how get away with that shit so easily.
the legality of the Death Note is what sells the show.
Right.
Like all these different rules, and how's he gonna get around that?
It's a good anime. I just don't think I'm that big of a fan. I like more horror, gore, like psychological, and I feel like the main character gets a little too like crazy, too much of a head high.
Well, he's a bad guy.
Well, he turns into one, yeah.
He's a bad guy from the beginning. I know he's trying to be altruistic or whatever and only kill bad guys.
Right.
But
yeah, it went to his head for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean,
with all that power comes great responsibility.
I know. So we
My
talk.
Uncle Ben told me.
Yeah. You got the power of the Death Note. You got to kill the bad guys.
All right, man. So let's get into the main subject.
Main subject, Junji Ito. So he's a horror manga artist, very celebrated. He's got, a lot of different collections out there. He's still active to today too. So we're not talking about like somebody who's retired or nothing. Like he's active in this horror anime community. He began drawing at the age of 4, and then after school, after he graduated, he became a dental technician at the age of 21.
Does he do vampire things or?
Oh yeah, right. I mean, they let the dentist do that, but I mean that is kind of like a horror, like a horrific job to get into, like dental work.
Yeah.
Like taking people's teeth out and putting in dental fangs.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, I would get fangs for sure.
Yeah.
But no. I can't deal with people's mouths. No thanks. That's a no for me.
Yeah. Well, so those are fangs. So growing up, he submitted a short story to this Japanese magazine called Monthly Halloween. And it won an honorable mention. And that's where he kind of started, was writing for this magazine. And then the serialized story that he wrote for them ended up becoming Tomie.
Okay.
So
would you consider him like the Alan Pope of America?
Edgar Allan Poe? Manga? I feel like, yeah. What would you say?
I mean, you said Pope, but, Yeah.
I got you, man. I got you. I think so.
Edgar
Allan Poe.
Pope Allen Edgar.
Yes. I would say that. Yeah.
Is he like that? Like,
yeah. Well, he has a very signature, unique style. Like even with the manga that I read for this episode, it looks like he did it with like a pen, like one pen and construction paper or computer paper. Like it doesn't have a lot of shading, and it is very just blacks and whites. So.
Makes it easier.
I like his style.
He's got a really good style.
It's very clean, yeah.
Yeah. Clean, but also detailed and horrific. He can do a lot with just, whites and blacks. I mean, he doesn't falter from that. Like sometimes they'll color his stuff, but it looks kind of weird. He also wrote a manga adaptation for Frankenstein that won him an Eisner Award. So I feel like these creepy people just love Frankenstein. And I actually had to read Frankenstein for a school project in my AP literature class.
It's a good book.
I love Frankenstein. He's like one of the cool monsters. The Draculas and werewolves. Throw on a Frankenstein and you got yourself a monster mash. So let me see.
It's a Halloween podcast.
It's a spooky podcast today.
Spooky.
We could probably play some spooky music towards the beginning of it.
I have a spooky story.
Tell me.
I'm not gonna say it now.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it to the land. Like a little
insert it wherever you can. So there's a manga that he's being a part of right now called Betwixt, a horror manga anthology. He did the cover and an intro for it, but primarily it's like a bunch of different. He's like, it's a bunch of different other artists whose book it is, but he did the cover and just the intro one with some behind the scenes stuff about what his creative process is. He does have anime, video games, and movies, and that's what I kind of want to get into. We actually watched a couple of his movies.
God.
So the collections. I gave you a list. I told you it's on Netflix. They got the Macabre, Tales of the Macabre on Netflix, and they have
seen the Tales of the Macabre on Netflix.
Okay,
and I couldn't get into it.
Tell me.
Because it was like too heroic or too crazy or just not. It was kind of boring.
You were talking to me about the story structure. You weren't like too keen on not the narrative, but the way it just set something up and then just ended, like
abruptly.
Yeah,
just like I mean.
Tell me.
Like it's part of his niche, right? Like just a quick story and then like a weird ending.
Yeah, so he writes short stories for like all his like spooky stuff, and then other people, like if it's the same character, like what's that one character? He's not Tomy. It's the guy who does not voodoo dolls, or is it voodoo dolls?
Oh, Suichi.
So he's a reoccurring character in his stories. So then they just compiled all the Suichi stories, and then there's the Suichi collections. So it is very like bite sized. It's almost like not a magazine.
I don't know. I kind of like it that way though.
Yeah, like a newspaper.
I mean, it's kind of nice, because it's easy to follow their short stories. But I get not having like long, because I do like my long anime. But it's nice too having the short version and getting a lot of stories in there too. Yeah.
No, and then once you pile it on, like that book, where is it?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Then there's a lot. For the video version, this is like this is the book that I read, Tomie, and I got a decent amount through it. I got it's pretty good bite.
So like how many stories?
Hundreds
of just Tomie.
Of Tomie, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of Tomie.
Yeah, that's his
Because like I told you, I was trying to like watch some of Tomie's stuff.
Yeah, they got 2 episodes in the original, and then I think he has 1 episode in the Netflix one.
So the one that I saw was one on Netflix, and I saw one on my website.
Right. Sponsored.
And so it was kind of like different, but it was the same character, but he used that character in like different ways.
Yeah.
It's
like a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask you what your favorite. Let me start with Darrian. What is your favorite of his collections on either Macabre or the original collection?
My favorite?
Yeah. Or honorable mention, something noteworthy.
So I was telling Lewis earlier.
Off air. No conversations happen off air.
About there's a certain episode where it's like this artist and he makes like sculptures of bodies without heads for his his feature, right? And that one turned really dark and weird because mannequins basically. Yeah. Headless mannequins of that. Okay, that just fucking creeps me out as it is. But
do you do the standing still?
Yeah, I can't do it. I don't like it. Mm-hmm. But he gets murdered and like beheaded, and like his head ends up on one of them and comes alive. Okay. And they all become like animalistic and like trying to behead like other people and become them basically.
Oh, I like that.
It's fucking freaky. And then there's one where there are a bunch of like balloons, but
that's one of my favorites.
That one creeps me out.
Yes.
And like they're trying to convince you to come outside so like the rope on the balloon could hang them.
Yep.
Like that. Oh man.
I like that because it's kind of not like zombies, but like you think, okay, I just stay inside the house and I won't be able to.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and then they start knocking at the door and they're like, hey,
outside the window. I mean, you gotta leave for food and stuff too. I mean, they're coming at you. Like
in the episode, the dad, he's like, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. And I'm like, man, if you don't fucking sit down.
This guy did not make it.
He didn't make it. I would hate to.
Yeah. Drop your food.
I know, right?
Outside and get it.
Every time I fucking order a Postmates, the guy doesn't even show up. I just see his balloon outside.
Did you see the one in the tunnel?
I started that one where the lady's mom died in that tunnel.
Yeah, I think she committed suicide.
Yeah.
That shit was wild.
How does that one?
All of his stuff is like just trippy.
It is, yeah.
It really throws you for a loop.
That's what I like about it. It doesn't really have like a big payoff. Like it's almost like the same vein of Studio Ghibli. Like you kind of have to enjoy the ride, but I do understand where it just ends.
Yeah, I get that. And it's kind of hard to follow because you have episodes of Suichi seasoned in and like Tomie seasoned in. Yeah. Like I couldn't make that connection at first until I realized it was like a whole nother, like he has separate collections, Yeah. So going into that, not knowing his stuff is a little confusing. But once you kind of figure that out and just like get through the collection, it is very good. Yeah. And I've seen both the Junji Ito collection, which is on Crunchyroll, and then the Tales of the Macabre, which is
on Netflix.
On Netflix, yeah.
I gotta watch that movie you guys were talking about.
Oh my god.
What, Tomie? Or
I told him we have to watch it together because I want to see his reaction.
Which one, Tomie or?
The first one we watched, Tomie. Oh my god.
Yeah, so.
You want to talk about thrown for a fucking loop.
Yes, that one was good.
Oh.
It wasn't like a superhero movie, but there were so many Tomies.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and it
wow.
was very gruesome too. And it was very, very weird.
Something that.
But I loved it.
Something that was kind of weird was that they were like working together, like towards the middle, like all the different Tomies. So the thing about Tomie, and we realized from watching the movie that it's pronounced Tomie. I was calling it like Tomie.
Tomie, yeah.
I thought that was Tomie.
Which I think, honestly, in English
Is
it's
that the
Tomie,
English?
and then
Tomie.
Tomie is the correct pronunciation, maybe in Japanese.
Yeah, so that's what they call her, Tomie.
Yeah.
And she is kind of like a Tomie, a little bit with her.
Not a Tomie?
With her, yeah, not a Tomie. Tomie's a tomboy. She's like a beautiful creature.
She's the Tomie.
She's a Tomie of Tomies. So she is this girl. She's like incredibly beautiful.
With long black hair.
Long black hair. She's got like a Marilyn Monroe beauty mark on her right eye, under her right eye. And that's like her thing, is that she's just so beautiful that people get enraptured about her. Yeah. But
has that ever happened to you?
What, me? I mean,
have you ever met a girl so beautiful you get in trance?
So we were talking about if she was beautiful or not, and we didn't think that the actress really sold on her presence, that she was like,
well, at first it got better as it went on.
It did. Yeah, she got like prettier or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but she was pretty.
Yeah, towards the end.
Yeah.
Maybe they had filters.
I don't know, but
gradually just getting better as you keep adding filters.
Well, so something that they added, or something that is with Tomie, is that the thing is that people kill her or she dies of like, I don't want to say natural causes, of freak accidents.
Yeah, definitely not natural.
I was just telling her about that. I watched that. I was like, bro, there's something about this girl that people like really just have this urge
to kill her.
Yeah.
So the thing about it, though, the thing that I like is that she's evil, though. So like maybe they're supposed to kill her. Like maybe that voice is, I don't want to say it's God, but it's like whoever the hell is trying to kill Tomie.
I don't know if there's like a demon in her or if she's like possessed.
I don't know, but she's a jerk.
Ugh.
She's like
a snotty, like
snotty. Like uppity.
Yeah, uppity, snotty.
Well,
she's like all about herself. Yeah, for sure.
Like she knows she's pretty. She knows she has everybody under her thumb, so she can do
so she dies a bunch of different ways, and in the manga that I was reading, she just dies in a bunch of different ways. But then the thing is that she always comes back, and she comes back
too much.
She comes back either off screen, like entirely, like they'll chop her body into like little pieces, and then she'll still just come back, or she'll like regrow from like a thing of blood.
Rid of her.
No,
getting rid of her. How do you do that?
Through if you burn her. So if you burn like the little bit, because she'll regrow. There's like a issue or a collection or whatever where she dies and some like random guy goes and identifies her body as like his daughter. So
you've seen that episode.
They use her liver or kidney.
Yeah.
It's as a transplant to like that girl who's it's like
a kidney transplant.
Yeah, and
her stomach gets big.
Yeah, she starts growing from the kidney, and they walk into the room. They're like, "Hi, how come you haven't eaten?" She's like, "Oh, I'm full. Like, look at me." She's got like a big belly.
So they take her to the OR to operate on her.
And they open her up, and then there's like a head in her body.
And just pops up and says,
and they're like, "Who the hell are you?" And she's like, "I'm Tomie."
And then it ends.
Yeah. That's how it is.
That's nightmare fuel.
So that they continue that, and like they cut it out, and then they put it in like this vat, and Tomie just starts to grow from it. Yeah, it's so weird.
You remember that one scene in the movie though with the lunchbox?
Oh yes. So she'll grow from that too. So like when they chop her up, they get like a little piece of her, and then her mom is packing her a lunch.
Oh my god!
And puts a little bit of Tomie's flesh in her lunch,
and doesn't realize it.
And then the girl takes Tomie to school in her little lunchbox.
God.
And then she opens it, and then there's like little Tomie faces.
Like 6 of them. Yeah. And they're just chilling and like moving, like.
I know.
Just.
In the rice.
So like undulating.
I know.
So the only way to get rid of her is to burn her.
Well, there's enough rice.
No.
So the surefire way to get rid of her is to burn her. And it only happens sometimes. Because most of the times they're just trying to kill her. Like chop her or whatever.
I feel like she would still come back even if you burned her, right?
No.
No?
Mm-mm. No, that's the way to kill her. That's the way to get rid of her. That's the way to stop her from growing back.
I guess. Okay.
So, but all you need is like a drop of blood, and she can grow from that.
Yeah. Or a chunk of skin. Anything.
Yeah.
a nail.
But then it's the way that she grows back. So like they chop her head off and then she grows out of her neck hole.
Yeah, that.
Or they chop her head off and they put her in the trash and then the rest of her just grows out of her neck hole or whatever.
Yeah, that was bad. That was a crazy scene.
No, man, she's cool. I do like the idea. And he does talk about it, Junji Ito, about why he did that approach.
But maybe she's just trying to find love. Have you thought of that? Maybe somebody that actually loves her for who she is.
Well, the thing about her is that she's a big liar. Yeah. So every time she meets a guy,
she lies.
She lies about her name. She lies about, who she is or where she's from or whatever.
What she does.
And I feel like she likes manipulating.
She does, yeah.
That's her whole personality is trying to manipulate people, I feel like.
No, she takes pleasure from telling, like she's I don't know if she's fucking
commanding them.
She's like messing with this guy who's going to visit his girl who's in the hospital, and she goes to her and says, "Oh, hey, I need you to stop hanging out with Zach or whatever." And she's like, "Oh, well, why?" She's like, "He doesn't want to see you anymore." And then she's like, "She's seeing me. Why would he be with you?"
Yeah, like look at all this.
Look at me. I'm a fucking Tomie, exactly. and you're a dumpy, shouldered girl who needs a kidney, Like, that's what she says. That's what
all right.
I don't think she says it like that.
Exactly, word for word.
I'm paraphrasing, but she's just so mean, and she's mean to her friend. She's mean to her sister.
Yeah, so she's rough.
I think she is evil, but so you kind of do feel sympathy for her sometimes, especially like the way they just like disregard. Like everybody has like this like want and urge to just kill her.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, damn.
She also makes them kill her as well because of the head that's growing on her. She's like, get this tumor off the side of my head. And they end up killing her in that way. So I feel like technically she's like asking for it in a way, because I feel like she always ends up dying by somebody else's hands or freak accidents, like you said.
It's so, if I would,
for that episode, I was telling her it reminded me of another movie called Malignant. Have you seen that one?
Oh, I love that movie.
The one where, like basically the twist is that
it is like a Tomie,
a twin head in the back of her head that has like that's able to do like these crazy fucking shit. Right?
I know, kung fu moves. She's got a high acrobatics modifier. We'll just say
that reminds there was a person that actually had like a face on the back of his head, right?
Really?
Yeah. Really? So they have like an American Horror Story but episode about it or whatever. But it was a real person.
Really?
It's, they're twin.
Yes, and it's like the back, like a full face, everything. The eye, I think the eyes could blink or something like that, and the mouth could move. And he ended up committing suicide because it was telling him to do so much dark shit, like murdering and like hurting himself and other people. Like it's crazy. It's a real story.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Psychotic thing. Like, can you just imagine like knowing that you have like a face behind your head and then you're hearing things talking to you? Like,
because I think he tried to kill it.
He tried it.
Yeah, probably like burn it or like like just tear it out or oh my god.
Yeah, I couldn't do it though.
I know they have a goat like that, but but yeah. So in the realm of anime, I guess. So he is doing like the Uzumaki series that he has.
Yeah.
He's gonna be doing one for Toonami that's set to release later this year. They kept talking about it earlier this year. They say late 2023, but we're already like in October, and like they have a trailer for it. But it's his style. It's black and white, and it's like it's real.
We still
cool.
got some time.
Yeah, well, yeah, he still has some time to release it, but that's what they said. Set to release later this year. Uzumaki, exclusively on Toonami.
That was also crazy.
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
It's just a whole town obsessed with spirals. Yeah, and I was like,
which is what the Uzumaki is.
We were watching it, and we were like, yo, this movie is obsessed with spirals, and then we found out that like that's what it is.
Yeah, but I mean, they made it really trippy too.
Yeah,
like they had them in like a chokehold.
Yeah,
to say the least.
So also earlier this year, he published the Soichi collection, July of 2023.
I love that guy.
Yeah,
he's unhinged.
That's his latest collection. You were talking about how you felt like bad for him, but he's a weirdo.
I don't know. I wouldn't say I don't really.
He goes to the dinner.
I don't feel bad for him, but I do like he's so unhinged and like crazy. Like I love it, but he is a little shithead for sure.
He is a little
like 100%. Like he causes nothing but problems for like his family and other people.
Yeah, but
I still love him.
Yeah,
his aesthetic. I don't know. I like him.
Yeah. So that's what he has as far as like anime in recent years or in recent days. There's also some video games. There's a Tomie fan game. there's a few of those, but one that's like really, really popular. He actually, Junji Ito made a cameo in the Death Stranding game. Have you ever seen that game? Death Stranding?
No, but that sounds good.
Yeah, so he cameos as like an engineer. Death Stranding's the director of the game is Hideo Kojima. Do you know who that is? He's the guy who made Metal Gear.
Oh, okay.
So he's like a real like big, not anime video game, but like a video game producer. So I think somebody else is in that video game too. But Hideo Kojima, Junji Ito, and Guillermo del Toro were gonna work on a video game.
Oh my god!
Called Silent Hills. Have you seen that? Have you heard about that?
Well, I haven't heard about that, but I know about the Silent Hills.
So they have Silent Hills.
Yeah.
So I think it was going to be like a crossover or like in the same universe. They released. Do you remember a demo called PT? No.
Mm-mm.
So they released some demo, and it's like a first-person game where you walk around a house and like creepy things happen, and you kind of have to set things up. Like you go through a room, you turn around, the door's not there anymore.
Right.
It's kind of like weird. They took it down.
Psychological.
It's very psychological, but then like certain things will just happen. And it's not like an action game, or at least not the teaser wasn't. But so the story that he tells, Guillermo del Toro, is how he met both of them, Junji Ito and Hideo Kojima. I hope I'm saying his name right. I love you, man. So they all had
watching this.
Xavier
loves you, man.
Shut up.
So they all had like a meeting, and they were all talking about it, and they weren't like real focused, as they were just like, comparing notes and talking about what they would do, and just like, like he would draw something up or he would like write something. So after the meeting, they all went to do karaoke. And
specifically looks at me.
Well, yeah. Well, karaoke man, So they all went out. Junji Ito didn't do a karaoke. He was like real quiet. But Guillermo del Toro and Kojima did the karaoke.
Right.
And
which I feel like is on character.
Guillermo del Toro, he's like a big anime fan, but also a big fan of Japanese culture or whatever. So he knows a lot of the songs in Japanese.
That's amazing.
So he was like singing them, and he was just having a good time or whatever. And then he started, because he speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
They started doing like, I think he says mariachi, or he starts doing like, Mexican music.
I love it.
And then that's when everybody got real quiet. And then like, that's when the night kind of ended.
Yeah.
It was just him singing up there instead of like, you've been to karaoke. Everybody gets in on the song. So after that night, he just never heard from Ito again. And they kind of like just dropped it. So he has heard from him, but they just never picked it up, because there was no real direction about like who is doing what in the video game.
I would love to have a date with those two.
Or
like
all
together.
three.
Yeah, all three. That's
he's
fine.
cool too.
But I mean,
Toro and
that would be amazing. I love those two so much.
The way he was making it seem is that he's a big introvert.
Yeah, well,
So-
I feel that.
I know.
100%.
But he put like, to have a cameo in that Death Stranding game, or, when we were watching, I can't remember, I think it's Uzumaki. He has a cameo in that movie as himself. He's like on a wanted poster. Ito.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't think that he would be like this
I like
real
that.
shy guy.
That was good.
Yeah, I saw him. I was like, yo, and it's surprising when like the face of an author, because he's not an actor. He also did some magic cards. So he did like his own art for like certain cards that are like, already exist. I just think it's pretty cool. And
that is good.
It has his aesthetic.
Yeah,
just
see
black and
that
white.
style, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It looks busy,
so good.
but the use of like
but you can
black,
still see what's going on.
on top of white.
Like it's very clear.
Yeah. It's very spooky.
It's so good.
And it just looks like it was done with the same pen.
You can see the ink kind of fading away as the cards kept going.
as the cards go on. You can see where he changed pens.
After the third card, he's like, oh,
I wonder, so Guillermo del Toro has tarot cards. I wonder if Junji Ito ever did any.
Oh, right.
Because I could add that to my collection too.
Yeah, right. I mean, that'd be pretty dope. So then as far as movies, so like we were talking, we've seen this movie. So he has the movie Tomie. That's like his biggest project or property or whatever. There's 9 Tomie movies.
Is there?
And we saw just the first one, but
yeah,
I should have listed them here. But they have like Tomie Comes Back, Tomie Resurgence. They have Tomie.
Well, yeah, she keeps coming back. That's the issue.
Tomie versus Tomie in a Batman v Superman style. Yes.
Freddy versus Jason.
Well, because that's how it is in the story. Like So when she comes back one time, she has a sister. She comes back into her family in this story.
Oh, yeah.
She tries to burn all the photos of the old Tomie because she's a new Tomie. So she's like, oh,
she said, that's not me.
That's not me.
That's not me anymore.
Yeah.
That's not who I am or something.
I'm beautiful now.
Yeah.
So that's why it was kind of weird in that movie that they were working together, because usually when two Tomies meet, one of them tries to kill the other one.
Yeah.
It's just like so weird. So we saw the first one to prepare for this. We talked about how she wasn't that she was pretty, but she did get prettier. Apparently she, like, the actress was personally selected by Junji Ito to play that role.
I mean, she is pretty.
She's pretty, yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And I guess that's his, like, aesthetic or whatever.
Okay.
So the movie was actually really good. It was kind of like weird towards the end, but then in comparison to Uzumaki, I think I really like Tomie better than Uzumaki, just because it was kind of like all over the place.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a little hard to follow. You really had to pay attention.
Yeah. And, imagine in the Tomie movie, there's like 10 Tomies. But,
yeah.
But still, you kind of get it. Like, it's just, a never-ending Tomie. We were talking about how they didn't kiss. How Tomie was trying to kiss everybody and nobody would kiss her back.
No, listen though.
She just like deadlifted, like, oh my God.
Wouldn't you?
So that's a question I wanted.
He would fall under her.
So that's what a question I wanted to ask
spell.
you. Do you think you would fall under the spell of the Tomie? You don't think so? You don't think so?
Not my type.
X would.
Why? I think I would. I was just because I know she's evil, but then if she's just so nice and friendly,
yeah, but she's so pretty.
She's so pretty. I think I would, man. I mean,
I wouldn't blame you, but also, the people she was trying to kiss. I mean, think about that. Of course, I'm gonna deadlip it.
I know. Yeah, she's trying to kiss her sister.
What?
And I'm not saying that. I just noticed that. Then push her off.
Yeah, but she was so stunned.
Stunned.
She was. I mean, I
like,
wouldn't put myself in that situation, but
I know. She just hops into the bath with her.
Oh.
So the effects were really good though. Like they opened the movie with her getting like impaled by some sort of freak construction thing, and it looks real nice. It looks real grisly. They even go back to it like later in the movie.
Yeah. No, the effects were really good.
Yeah.
I was like shocked. Because,
oh, it's an old movie. Yes.
Right. Yeah. So sometimes the effects aren't that great,
Yeah, 98.
But on this one, they did really good.
Yeah, I think so.
Like with the wounds and like the blood and everything was put together very well.
The only thing that we had to complain about was the overuse of like sepia tone.
Yeah,
when they go to a flashback, the whole scene.
Was it the flashbacks? Or because it was very sepia at the beginning and then it got better.
But that was supposed to be like the before time. Like before this new Tomie. That's the original Tomie's in sepia.
Gotcha.
And that's the thing about her too, is like, being photographed. So there's another collection where they take a picture of her and, it's all hunky-dory or whatever. And then in the picture, when it develops, you see like this.
Her second head.
Yeah, come out.
Yeah.
It's weird. So that's another thing. When Tomie comes back, she wants to be sculpted. She wants to be drawn. But she doesn't like any photographs.
Right.
So I think that's like a part of it.
Which is probably because they can see the second head, I assume.
Yeah, her true self.
Right.
That's what we have for Tomie. And then Uzumaki, like we said, we saw it afterwards. It was kind of boring, but I guess the obsession. I'd have to like go back into that movie.
Yeah.
I saw it like right afterwards.
I think they just got into a trance. Like, the
whole town.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, well, look at all the spirals that were actually there, though.
Yeah, but spirals are everywhere. I bet I can pick out 10 spirals in this room.
Yeah.
They go to like the doctor's office, and I guess in your ear you have like the spiral. So this guy just rips it off the wall. He's like, I'm taking this home. This is a good spiral. This is a good spiral.
It was almost like a religion.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh my God, I know, right?
That's pretty much what it was. And like everybody who like followed that.
Yeah, follow the spiral.
And I think they just went crazy from that, to be honest. Yeah. They got too into the spirals.
Yeah. I mean, I would too. I would fall. If I was in the Junji Ito universe and there's Tomies and spirals.
He's done for y'all.
Oh my God.
Done.
Yep, kill me. Decent. So he has another movie that we haven't seen. It's an animated movie because he has 3 big books. There's Tomie, Uzumaki, then Gyo. Have you seen anything about that? Or I don't know if
I've heard about it.
I don't know if he has like a collection for this one, but it's an animated movie done by the studio UFO Table, the studio that does Demon Slayer. So it's like, I think it's a really short movie, but I don't know if you might have seen this image where he has like a shark that is walking, or a shark with like the spider legs.
Oh, I've seen.
I think so.
You seen that?
Yeah.
It's really weird. But basically in that story, just the fish are not coming back to life. Fish come from the ocean and they start walking on land and start killing people.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So, but it being anime, and that's another thing, like not removing, but when you go from his manga style of black and white to anime, they, add color to it. So
Yeah, but it still doesn't look bad either.
yeah, right.
Because I think the Junji Ito is all black and white, and then the Tales of the Macabre is color. Right?
Yes, I think so. That's what they have. And then the last thing I have to round us out is he has an art exhibit.
Oh my God.
So they featured it in San Diego Comic-Con earlier this year. And I know, and I was thinking about going to this one again because I've skipped them for a while. I went to just the one, but it's coming to Japan, this exhibit, next year, April to September of 2024.
So we're making a trip to Japan.
I mean, we were talking about it, right? The Norm Trouble in Tokyo.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we go down there. I have a homeboy who actually is in Japan right now.
Yeah.
So,
lucky him. The nightlife there.
He was there. He's doing his thing. It's an art exhibit. That's what they have slated, from, like I said, April to September, but there's no plans for it to come to America yet. Maybe. It was here.
He should.
It was here in San Diego Comic-Con. So that's like the biggest Comic-Con that we have in America. So, after that, I don't know where they would set up shop, but
I don't know, but they need to figure it out.
They do. I mean, anything to add, bro? Junji Ito, what do you think about him overall? Because me and Darrian love we love the Ito.
He's a pretty cool guy, man.
Pretty cool guy.
Like, I like his sense of horror, and then some stuff is not like my kind of thing, or like but some other stuff is like, oh, that's actually pretty dope. That's actually pretty neat, or that's kind of weird.
I mean, did you have? I know I kind of like just passed it to Darrian, but do you have like in the ones that you watched a collection episode that you really liked?
I think it was just the one where you were kind of talking about it earlier about where they chop her up in like multiple pieces.
Yeah.
And then each student gets like a little piece of her. And
there's 42 people. And they're like, all right, we all take a piece of Tomie, take it to your house, do whatever you want with it.
Like, dispose of it, make sure it just doesn't come back to us.
Yeah.
And here's Tomie like coming back in class the next day. Like,
I know. And everybody's like, whoa.
And like, how do you not know it's her? Because
some people don't know.
Yeah, they acted like, oh yeah, it looks like your sister.
Yeah,
I was like, because it is.
And she has the same name. Yeah, and she's as beautiful as she is.
It's just a coincidence.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're being racist. Actually, she does not look like my sister.
Like,
no, I know, but like.
Oh, it's just denying
when someone looks exactly like that person has the same name, like
just transfers the next day.
Yeah, they were like, oh, by the way, like same school, was claiming that was her sister. Like, just weird.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a coincidence. Like gaslighting the sister.
I know. That's not your sister. You don't know what your sister looks like.
What?
You wish your sister looked like that. It's a freaking Tomie.
That was crazy. That tripped me out.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
I like the way, so he is, an artist, but I also like the way he tells his stories. Cause like in that story, at least in the manga, you start with the funeral and like, you don't even get to see her. And then she just comes back and then everybody's like, and it's such a small town. Yeah. Like if something like that happened here, even as small as it was, I'd be like, yo, we buried this girl.
Like they acted like it was nothing. They were like, oh.
I mean, what do you do? What do you kill her again? Or I mean, that's what they do. But, she's there in the flesh.
I don't know.
But it's nice.
Yeah, her sister answering the door saying, yeah, that's my sister knocking at the door. And the parents are like, we'll open it. No, thank you. I'm good. I'm actually fine.
Would you just bury her?
Yeah. Yes. No. I didn't watch my parents chop her up and now she's at the door.
I know.
Like.
That's some Pet Cemetery shit.
Oh, God. Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and get to the next segment of the show. What you reading, what you watching, what you playing. So Lewis, what you reading, what you watching, what you playing.
So reading, man, not much. The book.
Kaiju number 8?
Yes. Kaiju number 8,
I think Lewis has been taken over by a Tomie. How do you feel? Do you feel very Tomie right now?
I feel very Tomie right now. Kaiju number 8, man.
So you're still reading that?
Yeah.
You're up to date with it?
I got the new value.
Okay.
So I got it, but I haven't read it yet.
I mean, that just means you get to look forward to it.
One part of the process.
Okay. Yeah.
Watching. Oh, Gen V.
Gen V. Oh, the boys.
The boys.
How is that?
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Man. It's so.
Is it as good as the boys or?
Yes.
Really?
It's even more gruesome.
More gruesome?
Yes.
Ugh.
There's a part where this one guy, his power is like he can like foresee stuff or like kind of like fuck with your mind.
Okay.
So they call him the day rape drug Because if you get too close to him, he can like knock you out and like make you like forget what had happened in those hours.
Right.
And so yes, that's why they called him the day rape god.
Wow, very nice.
It's kind of like it's weird.
Very nice.
So the main character goes to see him about she's looking for somebody, so she's trying to get his help. And he's like, okay, come here, sit right next to me, because like if you sit next to me and you think about her, I'm able to like locate her for you. So he does. And she says right next to him, and next thing you know, she's like waking up in a beanbag. Like, what the fuck just happened? Ugh. And the guy turns around and he's like wearing a robe, butt naked. His dick is out, just swinging. And she's like, what the fuck? And she freaks the hell out. And her powers is literally manipulating blood. So like in freaking out, she's like
a bloodbender.
Manipulated all his blood to his dick. And then he's like, you can see it like get bigger and bigger and bigger. And like somebody's knocking the door, like, open the fucking door. And he's like, what the fuck? And then like whoever knocking on the door like opens the door, she like got scared and his dick just pops.
Oh
wow.
And I was like, this is the ball.
I know it.
Like that's like that gruesome shit, man.
Yeah.
But it's it's really good, man.
Okay.
And the story is really good too.
All right, I'll check it out. Sometimes with those like spin-offs, you know, it's not, it doesn't really hold the same as
like little just like a little bit of sauce just like drip there about like the upcoming season of season 3 of The Boys.
Very nice.
So it's so dope. I love it. And then playing not much, man. Not much. I'm looking forward to getting Mortal Kombat 1.
I know.
Street Fighter.
For the listeners of the podcast, so we just got our capture card, so we're gonna be hitting you with those intense fights, those 1v1s.
The 1v1s.
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and whatever else. Maybe Tekken. Tekken. Yeah, I do like Tekken a lot.
I remember buying those games on the PS2.
Yeah. I remember playing Tekken. We went to like El Dorado's and they had like a little thing, and like while I was waiting on my mom to look at couches and stuff, we would just play a bunch of Tekken.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I
back when they had that stuff.
Yeah.
So what about you, Darrian? What you reading? What you gaming? What you watching?
What I'm reading.
What you reading?
So nothing with anime, unfortunately, right now.
It's okay.
But trying to finish up Hunting Adeline.
Okay.
And the Akatar, which is A Court of Thorn and Roses. I'm on the last book of that. So
what is that? Court of Thorn and Roses?
So that's about like pretty much fairies. Okay. But it's not as sissy as it sounds.
Okay.
It's not like, like regular fairies.
Is this the thing you're talking about? Drift. With like the big wings, like the bigger the wing?
Yeah, the wingspan.
The bigger the ego?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Call it ego.
Right. I mean, the fairy equivalent of ego.
They're both really good books.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The Hunting Adeline is a little more R-rated. Read at a viewer's discretion.
Okay. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of warnings that come with that book.
Every couple pages.
Yes.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want to turn the page?
I mean, of course.
Yeah. All right. And then playing and watching.
What I'm playing, so I finished Bramble.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm very sad that I finished that because it was very good, very detailed, and very beautiful. That game is actually a horror game. It's based on Nordic folktales. So everything is very like the main
Thor
character
and Odin and all that, or
yeah, well, no, not like that, no. But the main character's name's Olie and his sister Lillimore. But they, she gets into some trouble and he's like saving her and whatnot. And it's very gory. That also comes with a lot of warnings. It has like suicide, infanticide, gore, like you have to accept the warnings before you start playing. But it's very, very well put together and it is so gorgeous. Highly recommend.
Yeah, I remember watching you play the game. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great. It is challenging. Like you really do have to pay attention and
like puzzles.
Oh yeah. Definitely like, brain power.
It's got like zombies that are like the ghost from Mario. Like if you turn your back, or no, if you look at them, that's when they start to go at you. Or something like that.
No, you have to sneak. You just have to like be real stealthy, which is very hard for me because usually I'm out guns blazing.
Yeah.
So like stealth is not one of my things. Yeah. So that game is amazing. Highly recommend that. And then what I'm watching actually was Devilman Crybaby. I'm almost through that. I actually finished Black Clover.
Okay.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that one was good.
You need to watch that.
So I watch it while I edit the podcast, but I'm like super early or super like in the beginning.
And then I'm excited for the second season of Goblin Slayer.
Really?
I don't remember when that comes out, but it's coming out.
It's been a while since the first Goblin Slayer.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, so actually I was just watching that.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 episodes.
You saw the first episode? Oh,
yeah.
of the new stuff?
Yeah, of the Goblin Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw like the first 2 episodes. I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
Really?
Of the second season? Oh, okay. I didn't know it was out already.
Tell me.
I was just disappointed. I felt like season 1 was so good.
Oh, season was, yeah.
Him so good. Like,
yeah, man.
He's a fucking goblin. That's it. That's all he is. Nothing
what
more,
a badass.
nothing less. And like, he's just a badass at that just niche. Like,
oh, yeah.
But now he feels like underpowered or?
No, it's just kind of like, because they was just hyping him up so much on season 1, and then like just towards the end, and the whole like there was like his whole past of why he hates goblins so much, and like the whole like raping scenes.
Oh my god, that is why I stopped it. I've seen the first episode. I stopped it after that because I was like, this is too heavy. I hate watching rape scenes in any media.
Of course, but it just shows how evil and like conniving they are. And then honestly, it doesn't show that much. Obviously, it leaves it to the like, you know what's going on.
And
you
like,
know what I mean?
My favorite thing in the show was like how they underplay it. Like the goblins, like, oh, they're just goblins. They're weaklings. They don't do much.
Oh,
but
right,
then he's like, okay, one you could manage, but when you start having like a herd of them coming at you, you better watch your booty hole.
Right. Yeah.
But once you get through that scene, it gets so good.
And my cousin says that they don't do that again.
No.
Like there's not another scene like that.
No. I think it was just showing how evil and like disgusting and despicable they are.
Yeah. And why he's so obsessed with killing them.
Yes.
Because he went through that.
Yeah, because they're so gruesome.
Monsters,
yeah. Even though they might look little and innocent, it's just great. But season 2, I don't know. It was kind of this episode 1 didn't get me hooked on. I'm like, damn, I'm kind of not with it. And then episode 2, I fell asleep watching it. So I don't know if that says much.
I mean, you're just a tired person.
Well, I was excited to watch. I was like, oh my god, Goblin Slayer season 2. Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah, let's play it now. And then like I was like, maybe it'll get better as it goes. Sometimes it's like that. And sometimes I always say like season 2 might always be a disappointment. Like it just never, it's not as good as season 1.
Right.
Especially when they take forever.
Yeah.
That hurts.
It hurts a while.
Because now I feel like I have to rewatch it. So I actually had a hard time getting in Black Clover at first.
That's me right now.
Because
I'm having a hard time.
Right, because
it's a slow start.
Yeah, it unfolded so slowly.
It's not like the main character you want him to be. He's so underplayed. And
yes.
They, and they play a lot of his defaults, like him being short, not having magic, and it's like we get it.
That's
like
anime.
He's the underdog,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
But they just play so much at it. Like they keep poking him with it, and you're like, kind of like, ugh, kind of don't like Asta.
Not my Asta.
But then like he gradually gets better. Like once he starts like powering up and like
training montage,
man.
And taking his protein powder, and
for sure.
Honestly, the push-ups, like.
Yeah, he's my favorite character.
The main guy?
I mean, I know he's loud as shit.
Yeah,
but like, I love him. You can't help but to love Asta. That guy is 100%. He's like, what do you mean?
The one he tries to marry?
Oh, yeah. Well, she loves him in her way. He wants to be loved in a different way.
I know.
The way he always says, sister, marry me. And it's like, ooh, my guy. Get it together.
He means the biblical sister.
Yeah, of course. But still.
Right.
Get it together, my guy. Like, there's so many girls pining after him and he has no idea.
Oh, I know.
Like, come on. Add me to the list.
He doesn't know. He'll never know. All right. So, I mean, for me, reading, watching, and playing. So, reading, I've been reading this manga called Wild Strawberries. It's actually really, really good. Oh. I have it on the Shonen Jump app. It kind of is like Chainsaw Man mixed with Demon Slayer with a little bit of Attack on Titan.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, like of how like that. You can like climb a monster and kill it, Shadow of Colossus style.
Nice.
That's the Attack on Titan. But then it's about this guy. It's in this world where Tokyo is overrun by plants, and the plants infect people. And then they bloom out of people and like infect other people.
Oh, that kind of reminds me of
The Last of Us.
Yeah,
yeah. So
the fungi.
So it's like that. So if I show it to you, it's like really, really beautiful, and it's like there's a lot going on in the same vein as like a Junji Ito, but it's just flowers. It's really, really, really
pretty,
nice.
but gruesome.
It is like like a freaking flower grows out of this person's face, and then
What's it called again?
It's called Wild Strawberries, and
Sounds familiar.
it's pretty early too. It's like I think there's only like 8 issues out right now, so it's
just manga right now.
just manga, right?
Okay.
I'll definitely send it to you. I think you'll like it. And I just love Chainsaw Man.
You think they're gonna do
If it's good
an
enough,
anime?
I think so. They always like, it just depends on who. I don't know which studio will pick them up, but I think the plan is always to do an anime after that. If you like Chainsaw Man, I think you would like Wild Strawberries, and it is like, you know, it lands in that horror kind of vibe.
Of course.
So there's that. Playing. So we've still been playing some Destiny. I've been neglecting Destiny a little bit.
Yes.
But we're gonna get
heavy.
back. I'm
Heavy.
preparing for this episode. I had to take a couple nights off of Destiny.
A couple, like 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. A couple though, y'all.
I mean, a couple, a couple nights.
So you told us we played it, right?
We played it, yeah. So
we played
Lewis and I played. So he might be jumping on with in our fire squad.
Okay.
But just been doing that, and I've been practicing Mortal Kombat 1 whenever I can in my friend's house. But now that we have the capture card, I think we're just gonna pull the trigger, get the game, and practice, because I'm, you know, not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty good at fighting games. So, you know, if you guys want it in Mortal Kombat, definitely put it in the comments.
Are you gonna stream the game?
We don't know yet. So I don't know if we're going to go for a streaming schedule, because that's the thing with streaming is to get on the schedule.
Right.
But what I think is our strength is like the intense fight. So we have the studio set up to where we can record and play at the same time, and then maybe like clip that and then put that out.
Yeah.
So it just depends.
Whatever ends up working out.
We'll stream first, and then, but I think what will take off or what will get like traction is the clips.
Well, that's how you draw people in, is with the clips.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. No.
And the banter.
Oh my God.
That's what kills me. Oh my God. Watching the snippets of like Call of Duty players or like, you know, anything like that on TikTok. Their banter, I love it. Oh my God.
Well, so if you see how intense the fights get, like me and my friend Fred, we play Fighter Z, and man, that shit gets so intense.
Yeah.
Where we're like, one side's winning, and you come back, and then you're like, what?
Yeah. And you know how competitive and loud I get. So.
Exactly. So, hey, whatever you want to play, if you want to, we can fucking fight in anything.
Box, as he likes to say.
Yeah, we'll box. We'll box. And then last, watching. So I just been watching a lot of the Junji Ito to prepare for this episode. I love Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the
Of
you know, Bob's Burgers, Family Guy episodes of like the Halloween episodes.
And all the scary movies that they feature.
Scary movies. I love it. I just fucking put Halloween on and put it on in the background. And then also I've been watching Loki. Loki came back. So that's one of the Marvel shows that I actually like a lot. So Marvel has kind of fell off for me, but you know, credit where credit is due. I like WandaVision. I like Loki. So
WandaVision was pretty good.
Right? So Loki came back, so I'm watching that, and it is pretty good.
I've been trying to watch the new one for Star Wars on Disney.
Oh, Ahsoka?
Yeah.
I think that's done.
I know, but I haven't watched it yet. Like,
no, I heard good things about it.
I've been trying to get through episode 1.
Yeah.
And it's not because it's bad or I dislike it. I just keep getting caught off.
You keep falling asleep, bro.
It's not that. I really want to like finish the series. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Just to see like Anakin Skywalker again.
I mean, did you watch like, I think, is it Rebels or Clone Wars? Did you watch like the other stuff? I think it's Clone Wars.
Clone Wars? No, I didn't think that.
That's where like she's from, Ahsoka. Yeah, I mean, pretty cool.
Just things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Stone
is coming back, yeah.
Again?
I'm so excited.
Oh, I sent it to you, yeah.
Yeah.
The intro.
I just couldn't remember when it was coming out, but I'm so excited for that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I've been reading it still.
Oh my God.
Also, I've been reading, like, I try to only say the new stuff that I'm reading, watching, and playing, but I am still reading Chainsaw Man. I'm still reading Dr. Stone, chewing through One Piece.
Got a lot on your plate.
Yeah. Lost Minds of Fendover. Definitely ready for Dr. Stone. Oh my God, I cannot wait till we do the Dr. Stone episode.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
You gotta.
I definitely have to.
That's definitely top tier.
We might get a scientist in the building for that.
Just to confirm the science.
Just to confirm the science, to see how he or she thinks of.
They said it's based on real science, right?
Yeah, no, they cite their sources all the time. And
that's amazing.
I love it.
I love that it's accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, medically.
Oh my God.
In the stone world. But that's the show, man. So you want to wrap us out, bro?
Hey, thank you for watching. This is episode 1 of season 2.
We hope you like it.
And thank you to our guests.
Thank you to Darrian for coming by and dropping some Junji Ito facts.
Right?
You made this a very
I did my best.
spooky episode. Oh, that was real nice. Real nice.
Being our first guest on our episode.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So it's a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
We'd love to have you in the future for more other stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'll be here.
Perfect. And like X always says, follow us, subscribe, hit the like button, share.
Share.
We're on every platform: TikTok, Twitter, MySpace.
Yeah.
MySpace, really?
No.
I was like, whoa.
No.
Don't bring my emo phase back. Thank you. Goodbye.
No, but we're definitely on every other platform except MySpace. Sorry.
Right.
I didn't mean to get you this excited.
No, you just brought back a lot of,
Memories.
yeah.
But definitely
Go check out
follow
our
us.
Glitterix on our MySpace.
Yeah,
page.
literally hit me right in the childhood. Like,
We're on Tumblr.
oh my God. All right, I'm leaving.
But definitely follow us, and I hope you guys like this. And again, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Anything else, X? Like you always say.
At the end of every episode, tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Podcast, where Lewis and X will be tackling Titans in their Attack on Titan episode.